Hello and welcome to the beginning of match 9. This is another NPC match. It's going to be Clash versus Bash. So in the setup phase for this match, you'll notice that several things are different. So just to start off, Clash is going to be left. He is on the blue side. Bash is on the right, red side. So things are a little unusual here. You see that Clash is still pretty wounded. He got critted to oblivion from his match against Rock's son, also known as Dave. He has healed up since, but he's definitely showing signs of wear and tear. For reference, he has used all of his hit dice to go back to where he is right now from 0 hit points. He's a little bit concerned now because he's facing Bash. It looks like they have a history. Perhaps during previous tournaments they might have fought each other before. Bash, he is looking very different from before. Before, he kind of had this like bravado and confidence of just like, yeah, I got this. But now he's looking a little worried. You also notice that rather than just like using his shield, he's also obtained a longsword from somewhere. You see as he's walking in, like Gregory, the organizer, he's like, well, that's a little strange. You normally don't see you wielding any weapons aside from that shield. It must be getting serious, huh? Bash just kind of quietly nods. And Gregory is like, well, I suppose we're putting all those things we bought from Smurgan to good use. I guess I'm glad that these aren't just sitting in your cabinet or whatever. I was a little surprised when you decided to buy everything back off of us, but, well, it doesn't matter to me. And Bash just nods again, and he kind of like looks up and down the longsword with a very serious expression. A funny thing here is that due to the way that the matches are, like, they are in-game, they are occurring chronologically, just in order of like the match number. So Bash has witnessed just the complete obliteration that occurred to his opponent here, and he also has some other stuff going on, so he is in kill mode, essentially. With that out of the way, let's get into the beginning phases. So I've gone ahead and just typed that out into the chat beforehand so I can expedite the process. So Clash, his tickets are going to be plate armor, spear, shield, shield, shield. Bash is going to be shield 4 times, and then his newly acquired longsword. For their ticket decisions, Clash is using his main action to protect his armor, and then he is sacrificing 2 of his shield tickets to protect another shield and protect his spear. Bash is using his main action to protect his shield, and he's sacrificing 3 of his extra shield tickets to protect his longsword, attempt to remove Clash's plate armor, and attempt to remove Clash's spear, which nothing happens. The ticket phase is a rather boring one here. There's no changes in their inventories. So with that, we have completed phase A, we have completed phase B. Let's get into phase C. So starting us off, we're going to be rolling for initiative. And just rewinding a little bit before the match, you do see Bash kind of talking with the bard off to the side, and there's a little bit of collusion and maybe some above average like match fixing happening in the background. So Bash is going to be receiving a little bit of extra help for various reasons. So the first thing that's going to happen is I'm just going to roll initiative for these gentlemen. So Bash is getting a 21 for initiative, and Clash will have a 4. All right, beautiful. All right, at the top of round 1 is Bash, and he is looking very menacing off in his little corner there. He's going to start off by just drawing his longsword, and he is going to just walk up 20 feet and just begin tearing into this guy. Something has happened, and he is very, very hungry for this win. So he is using a reckless attack to gain advantage on all of these, and he's just going to probably destroy this dude in the same way that Rock's son did. So here are 3 attacks. He hits on only one of them due to Clash's increased armor class. he does kind of like do a sizable chunk. Clash seems surprised that he's actually like just receiving so much damage early on. And Bash is going to continue his onslaught of just continuing to destroy this guy. So here is another reckless attack. 3 more attacks from our dear Bash here. 1, 2, 3. And that is going to be 3 hits. The reckless attack is coming in handy here. And he is dealing significant damage here. Minus 12, minus 20, minus 14. So just in a single round, he has already taken Clash down to below half. Clash responds with confusion. He looks concerned that the matches have entered kill mode. Due to the cascading effects of watching previous matches, he also has learned that things are getting serious, and picking up on that, he's just going to respond by also tearing into Bash, perhaps a little bit more than he normally would. So right now he is going to gain a superiority die as part of his thing here. So he gets a d8 at the beginning of his turns, up to a maximum of 3, and he will sit on that for the time being until he makes his attacks. So starting us off, he is just going to attack. His normal strategy is just defense mode, but seeing what's happening, he's already pretty wounded. He's just gonna strike back. So using his spear in a one-handed grip, he is going to just stab at Bash thrice at advantage because of reckless attack. So that's a 1 and a 2 and a 3. He hits on one of these. So he deals a measly 5 points of damage on this attack, but due to him being a fighter, I gave him Battle Master stuff, he's going to try a pushing attack on this. So he will do an extra 7 points of damage on that attack, and he is going to force Bash to make a strength save or be pushed. Bash has fairly good strength save, but fails on this one, and he is pushed 15 feet away. Clash walks up, continuing to bring him over to the end zone, and Clash is going to Superior Wind, give himself some temp HP, and got a max roll over here. So yeah, he's got a little bit of a buffer now, but that uses up his superiority die, which ends his turn, and then on his second turn, he's going to get another one back. And here he is going to try and apply a little bit more of the good stuff. So continuing to attack Bash, he's going to just start off going one by one with these spear attacks. He hits on his first one, dealing 9 points of piercing damage, and he's going to spend another superiority die to do yet another. Well, actually, he's going to try to disarm. So disarming attack, he deals another 2 points of damage and is going to try to remove Bash's longsword. Bash will respond with a strength save, passing, and Clash will just continue by attacking one more time. He hits, and he'll deal another chunk of damage here. And then Clash is just going to try to end off his combo with a grapple. He's not great at this, funnily enough, but let's see what they roll. Okay, with a nat 20 from Clash and a nat 1 from Bash, the grapple succeeds. So we're going to see a little bit more grappling action. Due to events of their previous matches, both of these contestants are at a DC 25 on their crowd hype. And seeing what's going on here, neither of them are really trying to go for crowd hype anymore. They are just attacking each other. But anyways, where am I? So Clash used his last attack on his turn to do a grapple, and he will now just push his opponent. He's going to just drag his opponent back towards the end. And thus ends round 1. At the top of round 2, Bash gets to take another turn here. And he is still just trying to do the damages. So, once again, longsword attack 3 times, reckless attack. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have a crit. And, okay, so 1 crit and 1 hit. So he deals a whopping 30 damage on the crit. And then another 14. Another 14 on his other attack. And he's just going to try and take this home here. He is very, very intent on just closing out this match. No more funny business. So on his second turn, he's just going to try and close it out with some more reckless attacks. Longsword, let's see how this goes. He hits, and Clash is now on 2 hit points. Bash's second attack, he misses. Bash's third attack, he misses. Oh. Alright, well, things are getting interesting here. Clash is fairly wounded at this point, but he's not out of the fight yet. So he is going to respond with some attacks. He's going to start off by using his superiority die to get second or superior wind. He'll get back 5 temp HP, just as a little bit of a buffer here. And he's just making his last stand right now. He's gravely wounded at 2 hit points while his opponent's still above half health. But he is going to try and close things out for his own sake. And we're going to see some maneuvering here. So on his first turn, he is just going to spend some of his movement to rotate Bash around. And okay, so he spends 15 feet of his own movement to rotate Bash around him, and he's gonna use another 10, I guess, because of grappling silliness, to just move this dude around. So Clash is slowly pushing Bash towards the edge, and Clash is going to just wail on this dude some more. Here are 3 more spear attacks, all at advantage, 2 more hits. So I'm gonna get some more damage here, another 9 and another 10. Bash is now below half. And Clash is going to, on his next turn, use a superiority die. Well, he's just gonna sit on it for now and see how this next onslaught goes. He's going to first push his opponent 15 feet over, and he will continue to... let me think about this. Yeah, he's going to push his opponent 15 feet over, and he will take the dash action to to bring him home. So, after a little bit more maneuvering, Clash manages to push Bash right over to the edge. And with his final little increment of movement, he does manage to just push Bash just that extra little 5 feet there, just over the edge, and Clash closes out the match. That is... Even with all the help Bash is getting, he cannot take down this formidable opponent that Clash is. So with a fairly unexpected upset, well, I mean, for me at least, this is unexpected. Bash, even though he's taken an opponent all the way down to almost no hit points, Clash manages to close out the match by just grappling Bash and pushing him over the edge while barely hanging on to consciousness. Thus ends the match. And Bash dejectedly just walks back off to the stands and disappears into the crowd. Clash is pretty gravely wounded, and you see him kind of like trudge off to the vendors to try and get some like healing stuff happening. He has no way to naturally heal himself anymore because he's taken a lot of damage at this point. But yep, this will be the end of this match. I'm surprised that it turned out this way. Bash stood, well, I guess this is fine. My flowchart progresses in an interesting way, so I'm happy with the result. So after, at the very end of 2 rounds, we have another match closed out here. That's gonna be it. I'll see you in the next one. Little addendum. So at the end of the match, Clash has managed to close it out in a rather spectacular fashion by just holding on. He is going to, just as a last hurrah, make one performance check against his crowd hype DC of 25. He gets it exactly with a nat 20, so he is going to increase his crowd hype score by 1. It's getting very difficult for these people to further affect crowd hype because they didn't have their like explosive debut match of just like party shenanigans. So their DCs are very rapidly approaching like unreachable highs. So that's lovely. Clash, while he is resting, he's like just got a bunch of good berry smoothies, and all of the NPCs that are fighting, they have a secret, they have a hidden like budget health bar thing, and Clash is gonna be depleting that significantly so that he can actually get a number of hit points back.